warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Brothers and sisters, we're at the Open Centre here for our first program in Sydney, believe it or not.
Right, so you can get to
there's so much that how this works. And look, the same concept. This is just it. Essence of who you are in your spirit.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Mahara. So I work in the research field as well. And for me, I think coming in, I honestly didn't know what it was really about, so I didn't have any expectations. I just knew that, okay, it's something that my heart tells me that I should go. And but after listening to Ustad, it's been amazing. I think it awoke a lot of things within us that we always knew. We wanted to go on a journey, and I think this seminar and the courses, it's the way for us to go on this journey. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Brothers and sisters, we're at the Open Centre here for our first program in Sydney.
This is one of the most powerful sessions ever.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Assalatu Wassalam ala Sayyidil Mursaleen, Amma ba'du fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. A very warm welcome to all you brothers and sisters watching this live telethon fundraiser for the House of Wisdom charity, the charity which is officially financing the World Peace Movement, a movement which is now gaining momentum around the world, nationally, internationally, and we have a big vision. This was started by our honorable teacher Sheikh Ahmad Dabag, and they will be joining us on a live link later on, inshallah, directly in the studio. They are currently in Denmark, and you'll be hearing from them what their vision is, and you'll also be hearing from a whole host of other guests which will be outlining what we have achieved so far. And yes, between now, today, and where we were a year ago, it seems like a whole different world apart. And I remember when this World Peace Movement was announced, how we are going to be traveling around the world spreading this message of peace, this message of the authentic spiritual message as given by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the blessed companions who traveled around the world. This is exactly what we are doing, following that prophetic model, those prophetic footsteps, and the footsteps of the beloved companions who went around the world to spread this message. And inshallah, we'll be showing you a whole lot of videos of where we have been. We have brothers live on the ground at this moment in time in New Zealand, Australia, Thailand, Vietnam, and there's a whole lot of other international jamaats being planned. But before I go any further, I would like to start this gathering with a recitation from the Holy Quran, and for that I invite our young man Luqman to do a recitation and some salawat to bless this live television appeal.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والنجم فالنازعات غرقا والناشطات نشطا والسابحات سبحا فالسابقات سبقا فالمدبرات أمرا يوم ترجف الراجفة تتبعها الرادفة قلوب يومئذ واجفة أبصارها خاشعة يقولون إنا لمردودون في الحافرة أإذا كنا عظاما نخرة قالوا تلك إذا كرة خاسرة فإنما هي زجرة واحدة فإذا هم بالساهرة هل أتاك حديث موسى إذ ناداه ربه بالواد المقدس طوى صدق الله العظيم.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Jazakallah, may Allah bless you. Just a short salawat just to get us into the right mindset, because we are here discussing the prophetic mission.
Ya Nabi
Salam alayka, Ya Rasul salam alayka, Ya Habib salam alayka, salawatullah alayka, Ya Nabi salam alayka, Ya Rasul salam alayka, Ya Habib salam alayka, salawatullah alayka. तेरे आने की खुशी में, तेरे आने की खुशी में दो जहान मुस्कुराए, जिब्राइल मुस्कुराए कि हुजूर आज आए। नबी सलाम अलैका, या रसूल सलाम अलैका, या हबीब सलाम अलैका, salawatullah alayka. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, that's our young man Luqman doing the Quran tilawat and salawat on the beloved Prophet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As I mentioned before, we are on a prophetic mission, and that mission is to spread the message of the deen around the world, revive the ummah, because the ummah unfortunately is asleep, and I'm getting calls already. This is our donation hotline, studio number. Let's see who's on the call. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nur Alam from Manchester, mashallah, what a blessed call. And you're the first one off the mark. This is our fundraising appeal for the global world peace movement. And I presume you haven't just called to ask about my health.
Unfortunately, yes, you're looking up for today.
Jazakallah.
You're very well. And I'm to the Luqman as well, mashallah. I take the intention to make the first cause.
Mashallah.
Great cause, mashallah. The team and everybody else is working very hard. As the viewers, I would encourage them to watch and see the work that we've been doing all across the world. So with that intention, I'd like to put some figure down for now. About 500 pounds, inshallah, from me.
MashaAllah. £500 if we make a note from Nur Alam. This is absolutely.
And I have I've taken that £10 or intention to set that up, inshallah.
So £500 and £10 a month.
Inshallah.
MashaAllah, that is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. May Allah bless you and encourage, send a message out to all the others in your network. Today we want to set up a monthly recurring standing orders. This is the bigger focus is on that today, as well as the one-off single lump sum donations. So you were off the mark. We're just gonna put a tally on there for both lump sum and recurring monthly standing orders. We have had some already. So inshallah, we're putting a target up on what we've taken so far, and then we'll be keeping a track on that on the evening. Jazakallah. May Allah bless you. That's Brother Nur Alam from NW Sounds, and he basically has a great media company. So if anybody has any events around the country which they need big screens, mics, speakers, NW Sounds is the company, which is the one that we are endorsing simply because of the great work that they do. And inshallah, they'll be supporting us in a forthcoming comedy event, which will become a tour eventually on January the 18th, which we will be sharing more details about shortly. So just a reminder for our brothers and sisters, before, just to get you in the right mindset and to give you an idea of what we are doing, we have put this special program aside. It's a live fundraising appeal, but it's also is an opportunity for us and the various departments to showcase what they are doing and how they are spreading the message under the banner of the World Peace Movement, supported by House of Wisdom. And for that, I'm going to play a short video for you to just look at and get a flavor of some of the events that we have been holding around the world. So let's go to the first video clip, which highlights some of the international events that we have held.
Right, so you can get to.
There's so much that how this worked, and look, the same concept. This is just it. Essence of who you are in your spirit.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Mahara. So I work in the research field as well. And for me, I think coming in, I honestly didn't know what it was really about, so I didn't have any expectations. I just knew that, okay, it's something that my heart tells me that I should go. And but after listening to Ustad, it's been amazing. I think it awoke a lot of things within us that we always knew. We wanted to go on a journey, and I think this seminar and the courses, it's the way for us to go on this journey. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, brothers and sisters. We're at the Open Centre here for our first program in Sydney.
Whole series of events going on. These are all recent events as well in the Philippines, Australia, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and these are our trainers who are going around the world and delivering this message. And what is this message that they're delivering? I'm going to invite a couple of my guests. First and foremost, let me welcome them, Brother Huzaifa from Nelson and Brother Sufyan from Hyde. So first and foremost, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Jazakallah for coming, and I know you guys are very much actively involved in this Dawah mission of World Peace Movement. And what is the message that we are sharing when these trainers are going out around the world?
Quite simply, it's a message of peace. So it's a universal message. We're not telling people how to do the wudu or anything like that. It's a message of peace, that you find peace within yourself first. And then once you've found peace within yourselves, then you pass that on to your family, your community, and the wider world. And the plan, that's what the plan is. If everyone did their little bit, then the whole world will have this message of peace.
But surely other organizations are doing this as well. So what makes this message different?
They are, but how are they actually teaching us peace? That's really the difference here. So we give practical kind of guidelines on how to do it. So it encompasses the day. We're not just saying to people, read 5 times salah, take the shahada, and the usual. So we're actually giving them tips on how to deal with their daily life, their daily stresses, and that's what will bring peace to people first.
Okay. Sufyan, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me. So, yeah, one of the unique things about House of Wisdom is that we're not a charity for Muslims. We are a charity for all of mankind. And like Brother Hussein mentioned earlier on, we want to spread peace to everyone, Muslim, non-Muslim, women, men, young, old. Regardless of who they are, we want them to establish peace in their lives. So they may be going through marital problems, mental health problems, spiritual problems, physical problems. House of Wisdom is a very unique charity in that we're here to help them solve problems through practical, systematic programs that we have in place. Our trainers are highly qualified, experienced trainers who've been doing it for many years, and they know exactly how to tap into this. Another thing House of Wisdom is very unique for is that the entire charity is run by volunteers. Nobody earns a penny from it. Every donation that comes through, every standing order that comes through, goes purely towards the projects that we have nationally and internationally. Anything else you want to say, Brother Huzaifa, about this?
No, as I said, look, it's there for everyone. So that's how we're actually different.
So there's people looking, and when you see those trainers in Singapore, Philippines, Australia, I know that they're going on their own expense, but we just need to tell the audience watching that the brothers who are going out, we've had sisters go out as well. I believe there's a husband and wife team that went together on the Philippines Dawah tour. They're going at their own expense. Yeah, so what's the charity paying for?
So yeah, the charity is actually paying for the venues and the material. So look, you're not funding these people to go out there. They actually funded themselves, their own money. They're paying for their own flights, hotel, food, etc. And they're also, more importantly, giving their time as well for free for the sake of this work, for spreading the message. But what we do need help is with the venue booking. So look, because this is like a message which is trying to target Muslims and non-Muslims, the message is not necessarily given out in masjids. Because if you put it in a masjid, what you're doing is you're really only, as I say, preaching to the converted. Generally, the people who are going to the masjid are already on some path. They're on the journey towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's the people who don't attend masjids and the non-Muslims. They won't necessarily come to the masjid.
You know, before I joined this organization, and I used to hear about another organization that they used to do dawah work, but on Muslims. And I used to wonder, thinking, why on earth are they wasting their time going to Muslims who are already reading their salah, already done the shahada? Surely isn't that time better spent going and taking the message to non-Muslims? But it's only now, by being part of this movement and actually going out on the ground, dealing with people, whether they're Muslims or non-Muslims, I sometimes feel that the Muslims need the message the most because of the fact they've fallen into heedlessness. They've fallen asleep. That's why when we talk about the ummah, we say the ummah is asleep. The iman, the level of the spiritual level of the iman is very low. So, Brother Sufyan, would you agree with that?
110%, yes. I mean, the current state of affairs, they're pretty dire. Locally, nationally, internationally, look at the state of the Muslim Ummah. It's a mess, let's be honest. And we're here to support people, especially in places perhaps you've never heard of. We send our trainers out to the most remote locations around the world. People who need support but have no one to support them. This is why donations coming in tonight, especially standing orders, they sustain real change. Standing orders are there, and maybe it's just £10, £15, whatever you can afford. This will impact people's lives consistently all year round. We have trainers going around all the time, new trainers, existing trainers. We're training people up to go out and spread the message wherever they can, whenever they can. So these standing orders coming in today will make real impact. Now, how would a person feel if they just spend £10 a month for this blessed cause, knowing that they are making change in people's lives, knowing that, for example, there are many people over the years who have accepted Islam. How would you feel if just £10 or £15 a month could spread the message to someone's life and maybe that person accepts Islam? How would £10, £15, £20 a month, how would that make you feel if you know your money is going to hard working people around the world and you are arranging or sorting out family problems, marital disputes? That's all we're asking for, nothing major. One-off donations are good, and Allah bless you all, but just £10, £15, £20, £50, whatever you can afford, this is sustainable impact we're going to make in people's lives, inshallah.
Now, brothers and sisters, this is a call to action. We're literally just warming up now, and we've just come on live a short while ago. We need your support to help take this message around the world. Our ambassadors of peace, our trainers, will be traveling around the world, and our vision, which you will shortly hear from our honorable teacher Sheikh Ahmad Dabag, as to how we want to take this message around the world, not only to Muslims but non-Muslims as well. This is a 10-year plan, and we are literally in the first year of our plan. We've completed 1 year really, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Yeah, so 9 more years, and we've achieved so much in the first year. So now we're taking live calls now in the studio for you to phone and show us your support, whether it's a one-off payment or a recurring monthly standing order. It's the recurring ones that which help sustain our operations for any small amount, large amount, whatever you want to give in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will. Oh, I love that tone. I love that tone. Let's see who this is. Ji, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Oh, it's a very bad line. I can see another call coming through. Ji, who's calling and where are you calling from?
Can you hear?
Ji.
This is from the household of Muhammad Farooq.
MashaAllah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless and elevate our brother Farooq's maqam in Jannah, in Barzakh and in Jannah. As you know, it was a big loss for our organization, who was a very, very pivotal man for our movement. Ji, please carry on.
So we want to give £100.
Ji.
And £65 a month.
MashaAllah. This is from the family of brother Farooq Dabag, who passed away, and they are donating £65 a month. And how much was the one-off, sorry?
£100.
£100. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and give you all sabr in this difficult time. Theek hai, sister. Can I just take a name, so reference? You're related to brother Farooq, so will you be kind enough to phone the donation line, and the sisters are there waiting for your call. The number is on the screen for the donation hotline. Jazakallah, may Allah bless you. Okay, so another call is coming through. Brother Farooq's family, £100 one-off and £65 a month. And as you know, we've spent a lot of time talking to brothers who have experienced his company in Pakistan, in the UK, spent a lot of time with him. Ji, assalamu alaikum. MashaAllah, it's a lovely sweet voice. What's your name?
My name is
Hussein Ahmed from Woking. MashaAllah. May Allah bless you. And what's your message for us today?
I'm going to donate £1,000.
MashaAllah. And I can hear a very familiar voice in the background. Is that our brother Tabriz? Oh, we've lost him. soon as I identified who it was. Maybe people like to remain anonymous. Sorry. Did I expose a name? Please call back. Don't be shy. No. Ji, Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, it is. We got cut off.
I thought you panicked when I mentioned it.
No, we got cut off. So now the fact I've called again, I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do something else as well, inshallah.
MashaAllah.
So the junior's done £1,000. I'm not generous of him. Inshallah, we'll do £10 regularly a month as well.
MashaAllah. As I say, with small drops, that's how a bucket can become a big river, ocean. So every little bit helps. So £1,000 lump sum payment from Brother Tabrez for the World Peace Movement and £10 a month. May Allah bless you, Brother Tabrez, and if you can ring others in around Woking and wake them up. MashaAllah, we're having a great start here. We're literally just warming up. I've had a message from our blessed teacher, Sheikh Ahmad Dabag, that they will be joining us within the next hour or so, inshallah. So keep watching and tuned in, and we've got another call coming through, and inshallah we'll speak to you again. May Allah bless you. Ji, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Ji, who's calling? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Nelson, Huzaifa's sister.
MashaAllah, Brother Huzaifa's sister. Who's that? There's our Brother Huzaifa. He's in front of me. MashaAllah. We're having a joke about, there's a joke behind that. I'll tell you later what it is.
Okay.
Gigi, please mention.
What, should I just mention it to you?
Gigi.
I'd like to make a donation of £500.
MashaAllah, £500 from Brother Huzaifa's sister. May I take a name, please?
Shaida.
Okay, and anything for an ongoing small monthly contribution?
I will be making a monthly payment as well. Set something up.
Gigi, if you can ring the donation hotline, we have brothers and sisters waiting for your call, so you can set that up with them, inshallah. Jazakallah, sister. May Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. MashaAllah, it's a good little bit of flurry of activity there. And, I think if we had done this 12 months ago, maybe people wouldn't have been able to comprehend what the World Peace Movement is. And loads of people have now been able to see, what has been achieved. And even we ourselves, we are taken back with what we have achieved so far, and the sacrifices brothers and sisters have made to be able to help us get to this stage.
No, absolutely. And those of you who've seen the videos and the reports, you see some of the events that happen on these tours and the kind of people you meet, and it's totally unexpected. And this is really the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you're going out there for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as you said, brothers and sisters are spending their own time and money to do that, and all we're asking really is just for a small part of that cost, the venues and stuff, because look, venues do cost money. We want to do nice venues. We don't want people in kind of backstreet kind of centres, and to attract people you have to have good venues, you have to have very good locations to get people. So all that costs a lot of money, and alhamdulillah, House of Wisdom has been funding the World Peace Mission from day one and has continued to fund it, and all we're asking is our own brothers and sisters to keep that funding going.
You mentioned hotels and tickets are paid for by the travellers themselves, who are going at their own expense, time to deliver this message. But the charity, I don't like using the word charity. I was in an event last week where we had somebody who came to help reorganize things for us, do some strategic planning for 2025. And he said something which was like a paradigm shift for me personally. He said, don't keep calling yourself a charity. You are a Dawa movement who is registered as a charity. But we keep mentioning we are a charity, as if, as soon as you mention charity, it just creates a whole different impression that we're just another organization with a begging bowl out to people, perhaps doing some welfare work. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a charity that do welfare work, but we are in essence a Dawa movement. who is just registered as a charity. So I'm going to stop calling ourselves a charity. We are a dawa movement, brothers and sisters, a dawa movement, a movement which is out to change the world. And this is where it starts from. It starts from every single person's participation, from the person who actually, not only the person who travels abroad and gives the message, but the person behind the scenes like Brother Huzaifa and his team, who do all the logistical planning, who look at the venues, who look at the different marketing messages that need to go out to attract the people, to let them know we are in their area going to be delivering this message, this particular session, seminar, workshop, whatever we are delivering. There has to be a marketing budget that which we then have to utilize to advertise this. Let's take this call. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Ji, assalamu alaikum. We've lost them. Okay, inshallah, they will call again. And if you can get the international brother on the phone, yeah? Are you ready? Okay, just ring them up, inshallah. And Brother Salahuddin's the other one who's waiting for our call as well, yeah? So if you can liaise, let me know which either of them are available. And so, you know, we are a movement. We have set out to change the world. And until we don't really internalize and have that vision and fully believe in it, then we will not be able to achieve it. Yeah?
Yeah, it's quite interesting you say that. We are a Dawah movement because we are not just changing lives. We are changing afterlives. See, there are many charities out there doing all sorts of humanitarian work, which is fantastic, you know, hats off to them. Maybe they provide sources of income, food, shelter, fantastic. I bless all of them. But the unique thing about House of Wisdom is because we are spreading the message of peace, they can intake this message and pass it on to future generations. So a standing order set up the House of Wisdom is truly the gift that keeps on giving.
Just on that point, the founding member, Sheikh Ahmad Dabag, our honorable teacher whose vision it is behind the World Peace Movement, they mention they founded two charities, as you know. The Dabag Welfare Trust, which takes care of the food, shelter, clothes for the poor people. It's a welfare charity, like many other charities operating in that space. Then they've got this educational dawah arm, which is the Muhammadiyah House of Wisdom, which we refer to as House of Wisdom. And they said this is my personal favorite charity, because when somebody is suffering without food, water, clothes, shelter, those problems will finish with their physical existence on this earth. They will die with them, those problems. When somebody is afflicted with sin, bad behavior, they're disconnected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they need the medicine, the spiritual medicine, our dawah, our tabligh, because when they die, those problems will only just start in the grave. Those problems will not die with them. Those problems will start in the grave. That's why it's so important to take care of their spiritual needs.
Yes, I mean, look, as you said,
I have to keep looking at my mobile as well. I'm getting messages.
If you give, let's say, £10 on the welfare side, alhamdulillah, you should. You feed somebody for 1 day, 2 days, and whatever that may be. But imagine you give someone a message which not only benefits them in this life and the afterlife, and you played your part in that message. How? By allowing that message to be transmitted to them, whichever country in the world. And you're going to get a share of that reward continuously, just like they will benefit not only in this life and the afterlife. By you funding that message, and you're going to get a share of that. So really, I mean, what bigger reward do we want that we bring not only peace to someone's life, but also in the afterlife that they are successful and you will be successful because you've helped spread that message. And just take the recent trip that went to Africa. You see lots of Christian missionary organizations who are actually spending lots of money and converting people to Christianity. Why? Because they're really active on the ground. And as you said, look, many of our Muslim charities, we're concentrating on those who are already got the message. But there's so many millions and billions, and I think We know that we've been told, look, there's 6 billion non-Muslims. And who is responsible for that? Are we just leaving them to find the message somehow magically?
For a long time, I used to think to myself that firstly, I don't have the skill set, which alhamdulillah we're learning now due to our organization, is how do we take the message to the non-Muslims? But we've been told repeatedly now that it's not what you tell them, it's how you tell them, in terms of you should tell them through your actions, through your mannerisms, through your ikhlaq, your prophetic character. Whereas we've been led to believe from a young age that you give dawah to them by giving them the copy of the Quran, by giving them a lesson as to what Islam is about, telling them about Islam. But you tell them through your actions. This is what's really going to change people's attitudes about Islam. Yeah. So this is why, even in our organization, we're going to have our honorable brother Sajid Hussain in later, who represents the organization within our another organization within our main umbrella organization, which is now targeting specifically non-Muslims, giving dawah to them. And this is what is needed, and this is going to be a big push for that. So we are going to really work hard on that mission. So brothers and sisters, your donations will be also helping. Your donations will also be helping take this message to non-Muslims as well. So it's not only just Muslims. Yes, Muslims need the effort, because as a ummah, we are sleeping. As a ummah, we need reviving. It's like somebody in the hospital life support machine in a coma that needs to be woken up. Because if you look at the state that we're in at this moment in time, it's quite a dismal state. But we do not become hopeless. We have to become hopeful that this is going to turn around, the tide is going to turn. But it's down to me and it's down to you to turn this tide around. And you may not have the means in terms of, or the ability to travel and deliver this message, but what you can do is make a contribution. That also is a sacrifice in its own self. By making a financial contribution, you worked hard, you've earned that money, now you're sending that money forward for good causes. I love that tune. Let's find out who it is. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam.
MashaAllah. Who's calling? Where are you calling from?
Woking.
Sorry?
Woking.
MashaAllah. Woking. And your name?
Muhammad Zakaria.
Muhammad Zakaria. I know that voice. How's Abu Bakr?
Good. He's gonna go on the phone first.
Oh, is he? Okay, so you two are going to have a competition now. And that competition is going to be who's going to donate the most. MashaAllah. And Zakaria, what are you donating today?
So I'm gonna do £7 a month of what I earn.
MashaAllah. I didn't even know you were working. Unless your dad's got you doing some jobs for him. What do you do?
Uncle's pharmacy.
I work for my uncle.
Oh, uncle, not dad. Uncle. Let me guess. It's Uncle Tahir.
Yes.
MashaAllah. Hope that's not a whole entire week's wages.
That should only be 1 hour.
That should be just 1 hour's wages. Is that right?
Yeah.
MashaAllah. Okay, £7 a month from young Zakaria. Wow, I'm really impressed with that. Fantastic. Well done, Zakaria. I'm really, really proud that you phoned and you've given something from your earnings every month. Jazakallah. May Allah bless you, young man.
I'm going to pass it to my brother, Abu Bakr.
Abu Bakr, is he working as well? Assalamu alaikum. You're not working yet?
No.
Okay, you come to Birmingham, I've got a job for you. You'll have to come every weekend. Okay, what are you giving or donating, Abu Bakr?
I'm donating 70 to 80 of my savings.
You're going to give something from your savings. How much?
70 to 80 pounds.
70 to 80. Make your mind up. 70, is it 70 or 80?
Yeah.
So shall we say 80?
18, you can get the £10 off your dad.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. £80 from Abu Bakr. May Allah bless you. Is your dad come back home yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right, we're waiting for him to join us live on online, inshallah. Jazakallah, Abu Bakr and Zakaria. Unless there's somebody else in the family who wants to talk to us as well.
I'm going to pass on to my older sister.
Oldest sister. Does she have a name?
Yeah.
Let me guess. I forgot. I did know it. It begins with F.
Flavia.
Oh, no. So you have another sister whose name begins with F.
No.
Oh, got that one wrong then. Maybe somebody
You'll have
else.
to pay 20